Yeah, I don't know whether now the audio is coming or not. Is the audio coming? Can somebody who's online? Yeah, I think now the audio must be heard. I don't know whether now the audio is coming. Yes, I think now the audio is working fine. Okay, so let us quickly look into the expiry charts today. This is the Nifty chart, opens at 18,390, goes down to 18,320 and currently trading at 18,361. There is not much trade here. It has made a low of 18,320 after having cut 18,340, which was our sell level, which happened to be the first candle low. But after that it didn't make anything much. It is now trading at 18,362. So today being the expiry day, one important thing that we need to notice is it opens or cracks day before yesterday's high by 2 points. Day before yesterday it was 18,388.85 and today it opens at a freak trade at 18,390. But still these price actions become important because when we do the back testing on that particular day, we will not know whether it was a freak trade or it was a follow-up trade at that levels. Whatever is the case, the moment we see new high, it means it is a new data point for us. So accordingly we have to start visualizing the setups based on the new data points that emerge as and when they happen on the chart. Here if you see Nifty opens at 18,390, which is about 2 days high, and goes down immediately to 18,320. After that it is in very much a sideways movement. So there is not much intraday trade here. Let us see on the settlement chart, which is of 2 hours candle. Was there any trade at all in this time frame? If you see here, last week it closed at around 18,287. After that today or Friday it opened at, this was Friday's close. Yeah, Friday it had closed at 18,287. After that it came down to 18,115. From there on it has started making a pullback up to 390. Today we have seen 390 and this week's range is 18,115 to 18,390, but there is not much of buying visible as yet in this settlement week itself. So this week I would say it's kind of a muted week, not much trades in this week. This is the chart of Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, after having done 3 days of inside candle, today makes one more attempt at the highs and this time it conquers Friday's high of 18,584, but it is not sustaining there. It is made a high of 43,584. It was 43,625 is the new high, and from there on currently trading at 43,560. So this is the intraday chart of Bank Nifty. Opens at around 43,550. From there on goes up to 43,625. After that comes down a little bit, currently trading within the zone. So both Nifty as well as Bank Nifty on an intraday time frame, they are doing nothing much. They are spending time, which is time decaying happening for both calls and puts, which is a good sign for option sellers. So most of the option sellers today are actually making money until unless there is some sudden spikes either on the upside or on the downside. I would say today would be a day where option sellers would make money because of the narrow range that the indexes are traveling within. So this is Bank Nifty currently trading at 43,558. Bank Nifty on the weekly chart, on the settlement chart, last week it had closed at around 43,643. After that on Friday it gaps down, goes to week's low of 42,630. From there on tries to make a comeback, good pullback. Today makes a high of 43,625 and sustaining around the highs, but it has still not crossed last week's high of 43,695. Today, if there is one big push after 4 days, Bank Nifty has actually today shown some strength, and if there is some push, then probably it will cross 43,625 also on the intraday time frame, and maybe crossing 43,695 very soon, maybe today itself. That kind of strength is not actually visible in Nifty on the weekly time frame. It has made a high of 18,390, but it is still in the sideways range for last 4 days. Whatever the Friday's loss, it has quickly recovered, and after that it has stayed kind of flat. Today also it is in the range of last 2-3 days only. Yes, it has made a new high at 18,390, but it is not convincingly building up a trajectory on the upside. It makes new high but comes down a little bit and doesn't come down drastically also, and it just spends time in the sideways movement. That is the pattern for Nifty. But when it comes to Bank Nifty, it had clearly stayed within the inside range of the Friday's highs and low. Today it has made one attempt to break out of that. Will it sustain? Will it close above 43,600 or 43,700 is what we need to wait and watch. But for now, I would say Bank Nifty is becoming slightly stronger on the intraday time frame. So watch out for that, and probably there could be a trade if Bank Nifty crosses 43,625. Let us check some of the pharma stocks today. Let us see what's happening in pharma stocks. We haven't seen pharma for quite some time now. This is the chart of Aarti Industries. After a good fall from 570 levels to 504 levels, it is making a pullback. It came only up to 520, but that was not sufficient. It has started coming down again. Now currently trading at around 510, which is very close to the recent lows of 504. So on the whole, Aarti Industries is looking weak. The pullback has failed. It may not sustain. Once again, if it breaches the recent low of 504, then there is all the more probability that it will go further down. Apollo Hospital currently trading at 4617 from the lows of 4600. Tried to make a pullback attempt up to 4667. There was a high at 4668, but it topped out within that level. It had one buying formation at 4659, and it should have crossed 4668, but it topped out before that itself. So you got a small up move from 4659 to 4667, which is not even 10 points, about 8 points for a 4600 rupees script. This is not much of a good movement. After that it has just collapsed, and it has gone to the lows of 4610 today itself, and currently trading at 4619. So that was with respect to Apollo Hospital. This is the chart of Auro Pharma. Most of the pharma stocks are actually looking weak, I guess. Yesterday's high 626, today's high 624. From there on, severe fall, and currently trading at around 606 after having made a low of 600. So probably whatever good pullback that we saw in pharma sector, it could be Auro Pharma, it could be Cipla, it could be Biocon, all of them probably are taking a breather and have started traveling downside. Let us see Biocon. Yeah, Biocon again makes one freak low at 241 today. Some major weakness witnessed in pharma stocks, no doubt. So this is the Biocon. After trying to cross above 248, it fails and just comes down and makes a new low at 241, currently trading at 245. So this is Biocon looking weak for sure. Cipla makes one high at 955, currently trading at 945. Amongst all of these stocks, Cipla looks kind of neutral and kind of sideways for last 3 days. If you see last 3 days, it has not traveled anywhere much except for one freak red candle which is on the higher side at 955. If you ignore that particular opening candle, then all of the candles are in a very narrow range. So not much weakness still visible in Cipla, but definitely Oro Pharma and Biocon have actually become weak, and the same with Divi's Lab also. This particular candle, I don't know what is the speciality of this candle. At around 130 we are seeing major sell off in most of the pharma stocks, and with very big volumes also. You can see the volumes here. Average volume has been around 1 lakh on each of the candle, but or less than 1 lakh for that matter. And this particular candle in Divi's Lab, which made a low of 3208, has shown the volume above 4 lakh quantity, so which is a big volume with a big fall in price in that particular candle. After that it has made some recovery, but this is a kind of a movement which we saw in HDFC Twins on Friday. Big fall and some kind of a pullback attempt, but they have failed. So something cooking up in pharma sector, watch out for them. Dr. Reddy, right from the morning it has been weak, opens at 4723, currently trading at 4537, almost 200 points lower. So something really cooking up in pharma sector. Torrent Pharma bucking the trend, going higher, 964, makes a low at 955. From there on it has slowly climbed up, and in spite of freak trades happening in Biocon as well as in Divi's Lab around 130, this has not shown that kind of a trend. Of course there was some volume here at around 130. Of course it was a red candle, but it did not breach multi-days low, and here we are again, Sun Pharma pulling up to the highs of 964. So that is with respect to Sun Pharma. Torrent Pharma, the last pharma stock that we can just have a look at. Very uneven chart, uneven movement, uneven trend. So let us not try to decipher this thing anywhere. Sometimes looking at the chart becomes so, especially when the prices are very much uneven, it becomes difficult to analyze. We need to start taking the paper and pencil and start plotting the data points along with the trend lines, and then only we can make some inference out of it. But otherwise Torrent Pharma is difficult to analyze at this stage. Let us go into Tata Group stocks. Tata Chemicals doing well, trading at 989. Tata Communication yesterday from the highs of 1314 has started coming down, currently trading at 1287 after having made a low of 1276 in the first candle today. It is trying to make one pullback attempt, but this pullback attempt looks like may not sustain, so it might once again go down. Tata Communication, watch out for 1276 in the coming days. Tata Consumers 780 critical level based on today's opening candle highs and low. It is traveled between 785 and 780, just the 5 points difference, but it is now currently trading towards the low of the day. Watch out for 780. If it cuts, then probably momentum will pick up and it will go down further. You can see here for last 3 days, for last 2.5 days at least, it is been in the sideways movement, and today looks like with volume it has started coming down here. So probably Tata Consumers might go further down on the intraday time frame today itself if it cuts 780.10. Tata Motors has been with a very good up move in the recent times. 516 today, new high. 2 days it was kind of flat. Today trying to once again make some up move. You can see here the chart of Tata Motors from the lows of 401 on 28th of March. That was the time when Nifty also bottomed out from its lows. That was the time even Tata Motors has bottomed out from the lows of 401, has been consistently going higher. Though you can see some of the red candles, the trajectory has been very clear on the upside. So these red candles are all just intraday small sell-offs just to cover up the short positions, and once again each day it has been moving well with good volumes as well. You can see here one big volume on this particular day. I think that was on 6th of April. one good movement on 6th of April and another gap up on 10th of April, and from there on it has been very smooth, and today trading at one of the highs 516, today's high currently trading at 513. Very good move. This, it has broken through the resistance of 491 also, which means this stock is very strong. This is the chart of Tata Power, currently picking up momentum above 206, currently trading at 207. Probably on the, this is on the daily time frame, right? We will go back to the intraday time frame for all other stocks. I just had to see Tata Motors on the daily time frame. So Tata Power breakout at 207.5, makes a high of 207.95, but after that does nothing much. It is hovering flat in the sideways, but it has not fallen. So probably the breakout is real. It will take some time for it to go further up. Tata Power 207.50. Let us go back to the banking index. Well, kind of a sideways movement continues. 43,525, nothing much happening yet in the banking index. The same with Nifty also. On the intraday time frame, it is just hovering around 18,355. So good time for theta DK, good time for option sellers, good time for non-directional players, good time for strangle short sellers, wherein they can expect some good premium being pocketed already, and they may not have to pay back anything to the market before 3:30. Already 2 o'clock, 1.5 hours to go. It's very quiet. So, and even the spot, if you see, spot Nifty is at around 18,325. So probably Nifty may close above 18,300 strike price. And coming to Bank Nifty spot, it is currently trading at around 43,575. For a long time, the Bank Nifty spot was at around 43,500. After that, it has made some pullback now. If you notice one important thing, the spot is higher than the futures. The spot is trading at 43,568 and futures is currently trading at 43,545, which means spot is having, or having a higher value compared to the futures price today, which is slightly unusual. Most of the time futures will have a premium and not the discount. Today, for a change, futures is trading at a discount compared to the spot price. Now, how do we infer these things? We may not infer anything much. We may not be able to put any rules and strategies for these kind of observations, but it's a general observation that many a times, or most of the times, the futures price will be a premium to the spot, and once in a while there will be they'll be trading at a discount. This is one of such instances where Bank Nifty futures is trading at a discount to the spot, but there is no rules that we can frame for these kind of setups to trade effectively. I have not found any profitable strategies to be deployed whenever I see futures being traded below the spot. I have not inferred any special price action after we notice a discounted futures price. So I don't have any strategy as such or a rules as such, but it is a general observation. Just while watching the market, sometimes we may have to just munch upon these thoughts, and probably at some time something might strike in our mind how to trade the futures price when it is trading below the spot. But for now, I don't have any strategy for that. So having said that, I hope you people are making money today in the expiry. Option sellers are definitely sitting with good DK, and I don't know about option buyers. Probably option buyers will be losing either side, either on the calls or on the puts, because it is not having much momentum. So in a momentumless market, option buyers will suffer. In the momentumless market, option sellers will benefit, but option sellers will benefit only to a limited extent of the premium collected, because the volatility has been low in the recent past. The option premium also, what the option sellers would have collected, will be very limited. So you wouldn't have, in spite of market trending or not trending within and staying within the range, option sellers definitely would have made some money, but not too much. Anyway, if you are liking the content on Banao Bharat's channel, do subscribe to the channel and share the channel to the fellow traders, and come back with your queries. We will be happy to help with whatever we know based on the chart data. And if you really want to become a professional trader, then we can help you with our mentorship programs. You can call up on the number and inquire for the possibility of joining as a mentee. We will be glad to help traders in whichever way possible. You should remember one thing: we don't have a fixed curriculum, so we are not selling any course here. Mentorship is very different compared to the course selling. There are so many YouTubers, so many traders, successful as well as not unsuccessful, selling the courses. Nothing wrong in it, just that if they are using fake information, then that is what we need to avoid. But here, as Banao Bharat's programs, we do not sell any course. Yeah, we have a query here from Mohammed. Mohammed, you want to ask something? Yeah, some issue with my mic. I don't know how to resolve it, so I may have to change my mic itself. I'm not very sure. But of late I have been getting this constant feedback that, like, my mic is outputting very low volumes, though even if they have 100% volume. Maybe I'm speaking in a low volume, that could also be the case, but generally this is the volume in which I speak. So it was fine before, and now it is not fully audible, which means, like, some problem with my mic probably. I don't know what is the problem and how to fix. I will see if I can buy a new mic over the weekend, and hopefully that will resolve. Or I don't know if any settings has got changed by default on my streaming app. I generally use this Streamlabs app for my recording of these YouTube videos, so I'm not very conversant also with this thing. I one fine day just installed the app, setup, did basic setups, and I'm just running with that basic setups. So probably it is time for me to get a complete handle on the software, streaming software, as well as once again look into my hardwares if it is working fine or not. Anyway, let us do that over the weekend. So for today, hopefully, like, option sellers are making some money, option buyers maybe waiting for the momentum. Will it come or not? We don't know. If there is one spike either on the upside or on the downside anytime now, then probably it will be a battle for option sellers, and it will be some kind of a relief for option buyers. But again, option buyers, if you are on the both the sides, you might get a spike on any one side and you might sail through the expiry. But overall, this week has been kind of muted week. After one big fall on Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today Thursday, I would say this is kind of like, sideways range that is getting developed on both Nifty as well as on Bank Nifty. Let us see how the tomorrow market opens up. We will come back once again with our live observation of the indexes and some of the stocks. Until then, Om Swasti.